Hey there, friends. Thank you so much for all of you all who've been able to join us for these updates with the ongoing situation that is mind-blowing in Ukraine. I'm so grateful for all of the feedback and the interaction, all the people sharing and getting the word out. But this is the hour. We've just gotten word from the head of parliament. He communicated with all the pastors across the nation, and I want to read to you what he said. This is the head of the Ukrainian parliament. He said, "Dear friends, brothers and sisters from different parts of the world, we appeal to you at this dark time for all of us, when clouds black from explosions cover the sun over our capital. This night, the elite special forces of the Russian Federation, together with Chechen units, will storm one of the most ancient and beautiful cities in the world, the spiritual capital of Eastern Europe, the city of Kyiv. Even now, street fighting continues in Kyiv. Everyone who can hold a weapon has risen to defend the capital, even pensioners, students, and school children. The upcoming night and tomorrow are critical. Everything that the entire civilized world believed in and built up for this to this time is at stake. With tears in our eyes, we ask you, regardless of time zone, to spend all this time in fasting and prayer to God. Pray the Lord to protect us from the mad hordes who want to mock the faith and the truth of God." Whew, wow. This is intense. This is really intense. This is what's happening. This is the hour for us to arise. And what I want to say is it's obvious that the Russian government realizes that they can't continue with this. They have to cut off the head. They're not going to win a war of occupation. They're not going to win. And because I think they're surprised at how the Ukrainian people are rising up, they're running out of guns to give anybody who wants to defend. They literally, what they're telling the Russian people is that they are liberators, that they are there to help them for them to be able to, choose for themselves, as if they didn't choose overwhelmingly for Zelensky, who got, I think, the highest amount on the last election, or Klitschko, their mayor, who also was elected handily. These are their choice. And so what's happening is they're going to go for the jugular, and without regard of cost. And they're doing it under cover of darkness to limit the visibility of any mistakes they make, but also of any horrible things they do. And so what we are calling you all to do is to join us in prayer that the Lord would confound the people, confound the armies. Listen, over and over again, we're hearing reports of the Ukrainian army, the Ukrainian people having success. One of the great things you asked about what had happened with our friends in Dnipro. We heard back from them finally. They said they were safe through the night, but what happened is the Russians who have taken Donetsk and Lugansk had sent soldiers over, but dressed them as Ukrainians, as saboteurs. But the militia was ready for them. And so all through the night, it was terrifying. They were hearing fighting, but they were able to hold them off. But what they were told is that the armies from Lugansk and Donetsk are on their way to them. And so our friends have been fleeing from one side of the Dnieper River to the other to get away. But really, there's nowhere to go. There's really nowhere to go. There's no way to get out. The borders, lines at the borders are impassable. Gas is hard to come by. The stores are empty. And so people are just sitting and waiting. And so they're rising up. Another great story that's going around is there's apparently a MiG-29 pilot for Ukraine who has already downed 6 Russian planes. Again, these are not things that the Russians expected to happen, but they're happening. They're calling him the ghost of Kiev. It's amazing. But another part of it is you got to understand is that the Russian army has a morale problem because they have a primarily conscript army of soldiers who they're not there by choice. They're there because they're made to. And so they brought all the loyalists with them, who are drinking the Kool-Aid or just loyal to the power. And so they, but still, when it comes down to actually shooting a little old lady, right, they're struggling. Whereas the Ukrainian people do not have a morale problem. That's the part that I don't think Russians understood, is they do not see them as liberators at all. They absolutely understand them as aggressors. Nobody's glad to see them. And I think they've been being told one thing. And there have been reports of soldiers, Russian soldiers, dazed, wandering around, like seeming to be, struggling. And we're just believing for more of that, more confusion, more, morale breaking apart. I've been really praying for that Tiananmen Square moment, picture, something that can go viral, that can break through. Another great piece of news: Anonymous, the hacker collective, has declared war on Russia as a result. And one of the things we're praying about, wouldn't it be amazing if some video clips of what's actually happening were forced, through cyber hacking onto Russian TV? Because there's still a lot of confusion. The Russians have been told over and over again that we're helping them, it's okay. And so there's so much confusion, but the Russian people are rising up. The Russian people are hitting the streets. The Russian people are at great cost to themselves. And the truth is coming out. And that's why time is of the essence. And that's why Putin is doing this drive to attempt to take Kyiv tonight. Tonight, we've got to pray. We've got to stand. We've got to, again, confound the enemy. God is moving, and we want to stand with all that he's doing and hold up the arms of those who are fighting. And so what we want to do is we're going to invite you. We're going to have a online prayer meeting tonight, 6:00. That's just in like an hour and a half's time, right here on live, on YouTube, on Facebook. Please, we're going to schedule it so you can share it in advance. Invite anybody and everybody. We're only going to pray for maybe 20, 30 minutes. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what God does, but maybe be able to pull in some people, and we're going to just pray. We're going to pray. We're going to give you some ideas of how to pray. I will say that we've gone ahead. One of our Ukrainian friends sent us an amazing prayer, and you can find that. Go to ariselife.org/Ukraine. And there's an amazing prayer. If you're one of the people who it's good for you to read a prayer, incredibly powerful prayer. We'll pray that tonight as well. But we want to invite you, join us. This is not an hour to be silent. This is an hour to raise your voice to before God and before the earth, and to announce his plans in the earth. So I want to just invite you again, if you've got, please just, this is it. If you've been sitting on the sidelines just watching and eating popcorn, get off the benches. It's time to get in the game. We're praying tonight for the breakthrough, because it's a 5-hour difference. That means it will be 11 o'clock there, right? It's 9:30 there. So join us tonight, 6 p.m. All right. Love you guys. Please, again, like, share, comments, and then do the same with the broadcast. I'll post it to be scheduled in just a minute, and you can like and share that in advance as well. So tonight, 6 p.m., we'll see you there. Love you guys.